Hello everyone, it's Amy, and I am just here to show how I made the inspiration flowers that I put up yesterday. Lori had asked how to make them, and so I thought I would just come on and do it because it is so quick to do. I really want to have some more. So I just choose two colors of paint that go together. These are just book pages out of the books that I took apart to make some storage the other day. And so all I do is just take the paint and I just take a paintbrush, put it on there. And this is a really soft paintbrush because I don't want anything, like it doesn't need to be totally perfect. And so this just kind of gives me a, kind of a little bit of a messy half circle. So, and you can do this anyway. You can even do this when I get ready to put the lines on. I'll show you how you can just do it on any of your old paper. Because originally when I did these, that is how we did them. And then the ones that Dee showed, they kind of were like half colored or something. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try that. But then I just go to my other color and I have to flip my my paper around because it makes it easier for me to just go this way. But, and like I said, they don't have to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. You just kind of want a basic round shape. And then I just kind of toss them off to the side to let them dry. And like I said, this is it's just so quick. Literally the thing that takes the longest is waiting for them to dry. And there we go. I don't know why I threw that other paper over there. It still has room on it. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do in the orange and red. And then I'm also just going to make a light blue one and one with light blue and dark blue. Because I've already got some purples and some oranges. I just like to have a whole great big variety. I missed a page. So I'll do that when I'm done with the blues, I guess. And yeah, it's just so easy to do this. I want to thank everyone who's joining in on Papa's birthday. He's already got some cards. He got a few more yesterday, but it was too late for him to open them. He gets tired in the evening time, so he'll be doing those today. But yeah, he's really thinking that this is pretty cool, that he's getting cards from all over. And then we didn't have mail on Tuesday because of the 4th of July. So he was a little bit disappointed in that there was no mail on Tuesday. But we did get a few more yesterday. Wednesday I had to go to town and do the shopping and the banking and everything. So we did get one on Wednesday also that we didn't get opened yet. But thank you very much. And his birthday is going until, I'm doing the card party for him until August 7th. His birthday is August 6th. And so if you haven't joined in and you still want to, you're more than welcome to. Papa's going to be 94 years old this year. And he's still doing really well. He doesn't see very well, and he doesn't hear very well, and his knees don't work. This is what the doctor always asks him every time we go in. How you doing? I'm doing good, except I can't see, and I can't hear, and I can't walk. But it's nice that he's here with family. I think that makes such a big difference. And I'm thankful to the Lord that we were able to do this. And that I was able to leave my position and stay home and take care of my mom and now take care of my dad. Because I don't it would have been hard to put him and leave him in a home, although I know that that is something that, you know, sometimes it's really, really not an option. God just blessed us that we had the ability for me to quit my job and stay home. So that's it. That's how you put the paint on the paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let these dry really quick and grab my 2 pens, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and then the next step after they dry is you just want to, this is a really hard brush now. This is actually a nylon bristle brush, and you just kind of tap a circle in the center. Nothing that's perfect, and it's not necessarily solid. It has a little bit of, you know, you can kind of see the blue, the black kind of gets a little bit around the edges, and that's what you want it to look like. Nothing perfect. You know, the centers of the flowers have all those little stamens or whatever in the middle. I don't know what it is when they're solid. Like, these kind of look like poppies. If you did them in red, it would really, really look like a poppy. So, and when I get the black paint, I just dab into it and then kind of tap it off a little bit over here so that I don't, like, get a super, oops, I don't like that. There. So I don't get a super thick layer of black in the middle. And then once you do this with all of them, and the black is dry, you just dot some little bit of white in the center. And it just gives it that little extra pop. It's the black and white, I think, that make these flowers. It just... that contrast against the pretty colors. Just already as I'm throwing them over there on the table, I just looked over there and it's just like they look so pretty, and they're not even done yet. Just by putting this center in, it makes such a difference. And I was gonna do a whole bunch of them ahead of time, but I just really kind of wanted you to see like how fast this goes. You can you could just fast forward right through this part. But I just thought that, you know, a lot of people think that you'll see something and it's really pretty and everything, and you'll think, oh, that takes, you know, that'll take too much time. That's what I always think. And so I just kind of wanted to show you seriously how many you could get in just a short period of time. And I just make them until my paint runs out. Or if my paint runs out before I think I have enough, then I might do just a little bit more. But I usually just put some paint on and just go till my paint runs out, and that's when I know I have enough. There we go. Okay, now while that paint is drying, we're just going to just draw a wavy circle, and it's not really a circle. I kind of follow the edges of my paint a little bit so that I get, but I try not, and this one I put a couple of points on it. I will kind of round those out. I don't really want points on my flower, but they don't have to be round. And sometimes I'll like take it out like this to pick up a little bit of the book page. You know, it doesn't have to be just on the color portion. And you definitely don't just want it exact, well, you might want it exactly round. That's totally up to you. You could even punch them out if you wanted to with a round punch. I think that the waviness of when you cut them out all wavy like this, I think that that kind of just adds to the look of them. Well, because they're flowers, and flowers aren't really round anyways. Flowers have petals. So the little lumps kind of are your petals without having to draw petals. So, all right, so after going around all of these, I'm going to just put white dots in the center. and then cut them out. I don't do my lines or my words until after I've cut them out. I don't know why. To me, it gives me a better look. I can see the flower better when it's cut out, like in my head or something. I don't have to see it in my head, I guess. I can actually see the flower, and then that just makes it easier for me to put the lines on. Which basically, this whole thing is really random. This whole project. You randomly put the paint on in the center, these circles. There's really no, don't try and do anything specifically perfect. When you're putting the lines on, you just kind of go in there, put them in there. When I do the white dots in the middle, I usually do an uneven number, so I just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if it doesn't look enough, 6, 7. I think that this is possibly our last page. And this was just used up paint, using up the paint that I had here. I'm not a huge red and blue fan, so I'm curious to see if I like those when I cut them out. Yep, that's it. That's all of them. And let's see here. It's been 6 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of the white on. For the white, you can use like a white paint pen. You can use whatever you want. And if I'm going to use something like this, I try and tap it off. Yeah, I'm not tapping it off quite enough because these little dots are bigger than I want them to be, but that's okay. Like I said, it's not supposed to be anything perfect. Yeah, I'm definitely getting these too big. That's partly because I'm actually trying to rush it a little bit so the video's not too long. But that is how simple it is. Yeah. And you'll wind up finding that there are things that you like and things that you don't. You might like really big white dots on here. I don't care for it that much. But by the time that you're done, everything just kind of like blends together. So it's not really that big of a deal. But you just keep going and do it the way that you like to do it. Don't trash any of them. Don't think, oh, I don't like the way that I just did that. Because you'll be surprised by the time that you're done how good it looks. And you don't want them all to be exactly the same anyways. Well, there was one thing I was going to show you. See, now this one is really too white. And I might dab some black back on top of that. You never know. There's one that's ripped. And so I was going to show you on that one that, the paper is ripped. All I have to do is make the flower smaller. It doesn't have, there's no saying what size it has to be. And this is the last one. Which that was just getting in a hurry. I'm just going to so there. I'm not sure how long the first part was in painting, but this part is now 9 minutes long. So it just took us 9 minutes just to do all of that. Not bad at all. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back for the final part. I've made this as close as I can, I think. And the one thing that I did, my daughter called, and so I was talking to her and I was cutting these out. And so I didn't show you how to cut them out, but that's simple enough explained. Just cut around the lines that you drew. And I just leave a little bit. You don't want to cut right on the line. You want to cut just out from the line, just so you have a little edging. And the line is completely on your flower. And then all you have to do is, I use two different markers. I use the really fine, this is ultra fine point Sharpie, and then this is just the regular fine point Sharpie. So in the way that I do the words is I just do a little bit of well, let me get my marker working. Just a little bit of a squiggly line, and then start your word. And just write it very small because it's just there, and then a little bit of a line continuing. Now, when you're doing this, the beginning part doesn't matter so much. But when you get to the bottom of the E, try and make sure, I wrote love here, and then try and make sure that you just kind of stay a little bit flat past that E and then do a little squiggle. So let me do it on the lighter one. Because if you go up on your squiggle, it looks like an R because you're writing in cursive. So you come off the E and you just kind of go flat, and then you can just squiggle a little more. And then the reason that I use the fine point instead of the ultra fine point to make the other squiggles on the flower, and those are just a matter of doing some squiggles between the center in your words and above your words. The reason that I use this one is because it's a little bit thicker and it makes those words actually kind of blend in a little bit better. If you use the ultra fine point for your squiggles, the words stand out more. So if you want them to stand out more, you can just use this for your squiggles. But if you want them to blend back a little bit, then use the fine point instead of the ultra fine point to make your squiggles. So, and when you're doing a long word, because you want this to kind of curve around, you need to kind of turn your paper. Oops, I forgot my S on inspire. Haha. There we go. And I didn't turn my paper on that one because I kind of moved it. Okay. And then I kind of go up with my eye so I have a easy place to start again. And I do put my dots in. Now that one's kind of small, so I only have enough room for 2 words. And then just kind of go in and put your squigglies in. And there's no rhyme or reason to those. Don't even try and, do it. If you say, oh, this looks like a little blank spot, you can go back and put one in. But, just throw them in there. That's kind of what makes it look. And so this one says inspire. And the other one I did says love. And that's how you do it. It's just that simple. And then, I wanted to show you, I did just a couple, just plain old book pages. All I did was do extra squigglies around the outside, and put the center in just like the other. Then I cut it out, and then I put the squiggles on. I thought because of the print in the background, words wouldn't look good. But the words work on there too. So, but I just thought those, for certain projects, just the plain newsprint. Also, you could like spray on these, not with alcohol sprays because they would make your permanent marker run, but with a water-based spray, they would work just fine to go ahead and spray them to match your projects. So you could do them up like that. Now, the one thing I like to do is I like to take my pages and I just stack them up after they're dry. And I like to just sit on the couch at night and just cut them out. And then you can also do the writing and stuff like that. I like to look for projects that I can do while I'm just sitting watching TV with my husband because, I just can't just sit there and do nothing. So this is a really nice couch project. But, so, I really appreciate everyone watching, and thank you very much for your interest in the flowers, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.